Can I say we have an incredible first guest, and I'm a huge fan of his, both professionally and personally. He's an absolute great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the show. Man, you've worn every hat possible. Professional wrestler, MMA fighter, professional commentator.
And whatever you got on now.
Actor now.
Witness protection. He's been in witness protection.
Right now, you're dressed cosplaying as a cop from 1987. Ladies and gentlemen, Phil Brooks, CM Punk.
Mustache. You told me I needed headphones. Do I need headphones?
Nah, we hear you fine.
Okay, great. Because I don't know how to connect my headphones to my computer because I'm an idiot.
Whatever. We got you on the show. That's all that really matters. So how you doing, man, with the quarantine? You're up in Milwaukee right now, right?
I am currently in Milwaukee. I think it's a lot easier to manage a quarantine with my wife and my dog while we're here in Milwaukee because I got a small condo up here specifically just so I can train at Rufus Sport. And so it's just kind of like a scaled down operation here. We got a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of food. And we're just hanging out, you know, like the second day in a row, I haven't gone to the gym, which is really strange for me. So I just got done running and doing, I don't know, push-ups, sit-ups, whatever I can do, body weight.
Are you good on toilet paper?
Good. We're good. We're good on toilet paper. Yeah, I still don't understand the toilet paper.
None of us do. None of us do. It makes no fucking sense. I have more baby wipes at our place than I have toilet paper, and we got a lot of toilet paper.
And you have no babies.
We have no babies. We have a puppy.
Somebody said something about a lot of toilet paper comes from China, maybe. So they're afraid that the next shipment is. I don't know.
Maybe China created the coronavirus just to spread toilet paper to up their toilet paper sales.
Charmin is making a killing right now.
I know.
That's what I know.
Oh my God! Please stop with the conspiracy theories.
Viral on a lot of levels.
So yesterday, we chatted with you real quick before it's kind of set up today, but we watched your movie. I watched The Girl on the Third Floor, which is available right now on Netflix, by the way. So, guys, if you guys are hunkered down right now, obviously everyone's going to be watching Netflix. You got to check out the movie The Girl on the Third Floor. And I'm not going to criticize it or gush too much about it, but I really enjoyed it, man. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a fun little movie. I thought it was very, especially towards the end, they went in different directions. I found it very, very entertaining. And how was that experience for you? Is that your first acting role in a feature film?
Yeah, and I think looking back on it now, I think you can tell. You can watch me get more comfortable as the shoot went on, because we had to shoot a lot of that kind of in order. Movies, you shoot stuff, the first day on the set, you could be shooting the last scene of the movie. But this, because we had to do construction and deconstruction of the house, a lot of it was shot in chronological order. Great experience. I mean, it made me fall in love with the whole thing. That's why I'm pursuing a lot of it now. Just got done working on another film with Travis Stevens down in Mississippi. So hopefully this is a recurring, it's another job I have. I have a million jobs, but I have no job.
Man, it was a lot of fun to watch. It was it
was terrifying. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Jen does not do horror well.
There were a couple moments where I go, I'm gonna get out of the room now. I was the SpongeBob gift.
It was specifically the end of the movie when basically they went with a nice little body horror thing where you're ripping the skin off type thing, and I was blown away by that. The movie didn't seem. How high was the budget? Because that was actually a really good practical effect.
It's above my pay grade to know exactly what the budget was, but it's small. I mean, it's, you can classify it as like art house horror. It's definitely a niche audience, but reading the script and knowing things that Travis has produced, I was elated that they recommended me for this role. I got to work with somebody I admire and somebody I've since become friends with, and it's been great. The talent on the movie in front of and behind the camera was just exceptional. Everybody showed up to work every day, happy to be there. It was hard work, but it was rewarding, and I'm a horror kid from way back when, you tell me I'm not allowed to do something, I'm going to go do it. So I was always stealing away to try to watch the horror movies I wasn't allowed to watch.
Well, I got to say kudos to you, because there's a lot of that movie where you have to react on your own. You have some great scenes, great dialogue scenes, but there's so much of it which is just you. And for a first feature film to have that much just focused on you reacting to scenarios it was really, really what a fantastic performance, especially right out the gate. Congratulations to you, man.
Thank you. It wasn't easy, like first 2 weeks was me and a dog, so I'd be like doing stuff.
You're like, give me anything, come on.
Yeah, so I needed somebody to play with. So like once the first actor got on set, aside from myself, I was like, oh good, and somebody I could read lines with, go over stuff, and bounce ideas off of, But yeah, when it was me and the dog, it was kind of stressful.
So, as I mentioned, you've worn many hats in your career to this point, and probably going to wear many more going forward. One that was just amazing to watch, especially that documentary they did, which was, I believe, called "The Evolution of Punk," where you were really getting into MMA and getting ready for your first UFC fight. What was that lifestyle change to you? How did it change you, not just as an athlete, but personally? Because you still, as you say, you would go to the gym all the time. You still train all the time. Are you still looking to do more fights, or is it something that it's just now part of your lifestyle?
It's definitely something that's a part of my lifestyle. Being heavily in the martial arts is something that I felt like I couldn't do as much as I wanted to while I was on the road, 400 days a year, wrestling all the time. So to get the opportunity to do it and start super, super late, you can criticize it all you want, but if anybody in my shoes would have done the opposite, like I would say you're crazy, lifestyle change. Me and my wife, she stuck by my side. She moved up to Milwaukee for me while I was training. She helped make meals. She supported me the entire time. I don't know if it was really a lifestyle change. It was just really kind of getting used to a different sort of grind. Wrestling will beat you down and wear you out. MMA training will do the same thing, but the benefit is I got to see my wife and my dog every night. I was in my own bed every night. If I needed to take a day off, I could. I didn't have anybody telling me like, oh, you're not sick, you're fine, that's not broken, get on the road. So there's pluses and minuses to the lifestyle.
Yeah, like you mentioned that road lifestyle, like playing professional baseball. I would be gone, 7-8 months of the year traveling. And
yeah.
But I did get that off season, and that off season, I had my 4 to 5 months at home, which, it was not just necessary, but like it was, I flat out just needed it. I needed the time away to get my body to rest. When you're a pro wrestler, you don't get the off seasons. I mean, and the amount of pounding your body had to have been taking during the time. I mean, that's
Freezing.
Just okay. Yeah, sorry. The amount of I've taken one bump my entire life, and it did not feel good.
We have not heard the end of it, is what he's trying to say.
It didn't feel good. I'm just saying. So the amount that you have to do without getting that off season to kind of, recuperate. I mean, that's got to be one hell of a thing. I just knew how bad my body felt at the end of every baseball season, and I rarely had any collisions. So how would you actually protect yourself and as best you could? I mean, is just a ton of stretching, ice baths? I mean, what are you doing to help supplement?
While I was wrestling, I mean, nothing. I was young and I was stupid. I had no idea. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. I bought a house in Chicago that I could just like lock and leave, and I was on the road, 365 days a year. It's 100% a lifestyle. I would do my best to eat healthy on the road. I would do my best to stretch as much as I could. I would warm up. And I would be made fun of backstage for icing my knees after matches and stuff like that.
Really? Why?
Oh, why? Because it's a bully culture. I remember somebody, every time I would ice my elbow because I just constantly had a chronically bad elbow. And I would ice my knees. And that was more of a maintenance thing. After a while, I did get a surgery on my knee. But they would always laugh and make fun of me, and they would look and point, and they would go, "Oh, look, it's DDP." And I'd be like, "Why are we making fun of somebody for
taking care of your body?" That's insane.
Like, it was always the stupidest stuff. I would always, like, the bullies backstage would always, like, think that's like, is that a weakness, really? And look at billion-dollar NBA teams are like mandatory icing guys after games and stuff like that. But like the macho bullshit, like, I'm not a man because I'm icing my knees. It's like, okay.
Cool. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I will say there was a massive shift in culture when it came to in baseball. When I was at college at UCLA, they used to actually tell us, we don't want training room guys. We don't want to see you in the training room. You guys got to be on the field.
That's crazy.
But that was insane. That was 15 years ago. That's nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing in wrestling.
Yeah. The moment I got out of college, that changed completely. It was all about, no, get the fuck in the training room and get healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Was that did that culture start to change in that industry for you, or did you get out before that started happening?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a weird guy to ask that question to, because there's people that will say that I'm responsible for helping change the culture, because I was a top guy that didn't bully anybody, and I would always try to work with people or help out people. If I saw people being like alienated or bullied, I'd sit with them in catering, just do stupid little things. But I'm kind of like the Voldemort now. You're not supposed to talk about me. Like, I never did anything good. Like, I never contributed. Like, I didn't help out, but it's whatever. I'd like to think that I helped out. I'd like to think that there's a lot of people there that I helped get there. And I would like to think I changed the culture, because I would see how I was treated, and I would always be like, just, it's not like my feelings were hurt. I would just be like, what are we doing? Like,
just act human. Just act human.
But it wasn't even like an act human thing. It was just like, is this not a job? Like, this is just, it's like constant abuse for some people. And like, some of the bullies liked me, and I kind of dodged a bullet, but some of them didn't. And I just would always stand up for myself, and there was always people that couldn't. So I would try to stand up for them. But, I don't take credit for any of that. And I feel like I can't, because I'll get attacked for doing it. But it's really stupid to have a company that will possibly make billions, millions, whatever, and you have people on the road 24/7, and you're shaming them for taping an ankle or icing a knee or something like that. So if that's not the way it is backstage anymore, that's good. That's good.
Well, you are obviously the most notable, probably Chicago sports fan out there. You're up there. You got to be way up there. I mean, tough year for the. Not exactly.
Bill Murray's got nothing on me.
Well, you're Blackhawks, NHL. What are you looking forward to a future when the NHL eventually comes back, if they finish this season, or is this going to be a long haul for the Blackhawks? Because the Blues don't seem to be going away.
I don't think we're getting any more hockey the rest of the year. I really don't. CDC's recommendation is 8 weeks, so that's 2 months. So that puts us at March, April, May. If you started playoffs then, they're going until July at least, which might be okay. I remember during the lockout in 2013, I think the playoffs didn't end until like mid-June. Stanley Cup finals are normally being played around like June, I don't know, 10th, 13th, something like that. But I just think this is such a fluid situation. You really don't know how long it's going to last. And I feel that way about NBA too. They might just call the entire season. I know like AHL and ECHL have already like just canceled everything. Season's over. It would be unfortunate. It would suck, but like we got to roll with the punches,
Absolutely. I think baseball's even announced that their hoping goal is to be back in the middle of May. They're most likely not going to be back till June, July. But I will say one thing: you're a huge Cubs fan.
Huge.
Everyone's been kind of focusing so much on other teams in the National League Central. Oh, there he is. We just got a new puppy too, and it's
the underbite on that.
Look at the jaw on that thing. Damn.
Wish you guys had smell-o-vision. You could smell his breath right.
Like Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh my God.
So I once watched you do a thing. You did a charity event with the Cubs, and it looked like a charity softball game, and you played it, I think, with Bill Murray.
It was a wiffle ball.
Wiffle ball was. Did you get a chance? And you were dressed to the nines. You were dressed like an old timey ball player from the 1919 Black Sox, practically. Did you get any interaction with Bill Murray, or did you have any Bill Murray story?
Oh yeah. Bill was our coach. He was a coach on my team. So I got a lot of great stories from that day. It was insane. I mean, when's the last time you played wiffle ball, right?
A while.
Yeah, so like there's some nuances to playing wiffle ball. It's not playing softball. It's not playing baseball. The bats are different. The balls are obviously different.
You can throw some funky pitches with a wiffle ball.
And there's some funky pitches were thrown. Yeah. So I think what happened, Bill was our coach and Kerry Wood was our pitcher. And they put Kerry Wood's wife on the mound in like the ninth inning or something like that. And we were ahead. It was like 27-2, and they put Woody's wife on the mound. And the next thing I know, like 29-27. I walk up to Bill, and you can find this picture online.
You're like, well, that escalated quickly. Shit.
Find this picture online. It's a picture of me standing next to Bill Murray, and he's holding his belly laughing so loud because of something I said, which is, a feather in my cap. I said, thank you, Bill. I've been a Cubs fan all my life, and you've really encapsulated in this last two and a half hours what must feel like to be a Cubs player. Thank you very much. He absolutely lost it. But yeah, great day. I mean, Mongo McMichael was there. He was a teammate of mine, and man, so many other. I mean, comedians, chefs, baseball players, hockey players. Chelios was there.
Nice.
That was great.
Awesome. Yeah. Tell me that you kind of surprised the world a little bit not too long ago when you were introduced mid-show on WWE Backstage on Fox Sports. What was that like? That whole leading into that decision of joining that show. I know it's through Fox Sports. It's not really connected through. It's connected to WWE, obviously, but it's it's a Fox Sports show. What was it like keeping that secret for a little bit? Because it was already kind of announced that you did some screen tests and everything for it. How has it been working on that show? Working with Renee Young. Renee's awesome. Like everyone here loves Renee, and just how's it been working on that show and kind of getting back into that world a little bit?
I absolutely adore the show, for what it is. I do wish there were things we could do differently, me and Renee, and we talk to the producers all the time about changing some things, and it's still kind of like a work in progress. I mean, I've only been there, I don't know, maybe I've done 5-6 shows, I mean, I was supposed to be there tonight, but this coronavirus thing has killed like 3 of my jobs. So I love the show. I really do. I think there's a lot of people on there that get on there that say nothing but great things about the product. And then you have me who will tell you, straight up, it is what it is. Like if there's something I don't like, I have the freedom to say, no, I don't like it. Now there's a fine line between, I think I'm a different dude where no matter what I say about the product or whoever, somebody's going to think it's a personal attack because of my history with the company and Vince and all that. But you need a dissenting voice. You need like a dissenting opinion, and I'm not disagreeing with people just to disagree. Like I think I bring valid points to the table, and I think it's an interesting show. I know a whole bunch of people don't watch it, but I'm not so sure they're concerned about ratings. I think they just kind of want to have a discourse about the show and see what we can talk about to make things better in a way. But I have a ton of fun with the show. Like me and Booker get along great. I love working with Renee, and it's cool to have met some people that weren't even wrestling there when I was there, like when I left. So I got to meet people like Ember Moon. I knew Charlotte Flair when she was Ashley from when Rick would bring her to like WrestleMania and stuff. So it was cool to like catch up with her, and like she's been on the road for like 5 years now. So it's been a learning experience, a relearning experience in a lot of ways, but I'm having fun with it.
Good. I mean, as you should. I mean, it's been fun to watch you on the show. You did put out a tweet yesterday that's gotten a lot of attention, and I thought it was funny. I thought you meant it as a joke anyway.
People need to have a sense of humor about this whole thing. If we don't keep our sense of humor, then we're gonna lose our minds.
I mean, the amount of ease you threw in.
I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes if I haven't eaten in like 2 hours, I can grab and I can take things the wrong way. But it's not meant as a personal attack on anybody. If anybody's super offended, I didn't do it on purpose. I was just, sometimes I just got Twitter fingers, but it's not the way I would have done things, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it was I read it as a joke. I thought it was just a funny tweet. I mean, it's not a secret that Roman Reigns gets booed quite a bit. And it's not a secret that they chant CM Punk at every show. I mean, it's just the truth.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad thing that he gets booed. Like, people immediately bring that to a negative connotation. I don't think it's bad at all. I think that's one of the great things about pro wrestling is you can take that situation and you can take that guy who's supposed to be this ultra babyface, and a lot of people push back and reject him, and you can use that to create really like layered storylines. And but I don't think they do that. I just think they go, no, you're supposed to cheer this guy, and you don't want to cheer him, now we're going to make you cheer him.
One thing I've always noticed about your Twitter page, by the way, obviously, in case you don't already, follow CM Punk, at CM Punk on both Twitter and Instagram. But one thing that I've always noticed, you always love to use a photo of Paul Newman from Slapshot. Is that your favorite movie?
Hands down, my favorite movie of all time, Slapshot. Yeah, but I also the character of Reg Dunlop, like I identify as Reg Dunlop. There's people in the world that, they'll say, oh, so and so is my spirit animal. Reggie Dunlop is 100% my spirit animal.
I grew up watching that movie. I had a Hanson jersey when I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Rocked it all the time. No one understood the joke, and me being a 9-year-old kid rocking a Chiefs Hanson jersey, and people like, that's not a real team. I'm like, you don't get it.
Oh, that's a real team.
Yeah.
It's a real team.
It's right up there with your Carpenter shirt that you wear all the time. That Eddie and I pause and go,
yeah, they're mad.
I got it.
Yeah, they got mad at me.
It doesn't mean that it's right.
It's
looking.
a great shirt. Okay, so I have, the band The Carpenters, obviously. Well, I had one that just says Carpenter singular, and it's instead of the Carpenters, it's the face of 2 aliens from They Live. And Jen thought it was a joke.
I mean, it's very easy.
It's not
to
an
make...
anorexic joke.
It's not an anorexian joke. It's.
Oh no.
She's looking at me like, how dare you? I'm like, that's not what it is. It's
a very clever shirt.
It's a brilliant shirt, and I do.
Okay, let's poll the audience when you walk down the street when we actually have crowds again, and just ask people what the shirt's about.
I don't care. It's for the few that get it.
John Carpenter and They Live. Oh yeah, I get it. I appreciate that shirt though.
Yeah, I get more nods to that shirt than I'd get. Actually, I get a lot of bad looks, but I do get a fair amount of nods from the people who get it, like tip their cap. I'm like, yeah, man, we're all friends. Mm-hmm. I love that. Curious. Obviously, this is a question that you probably had ad nauseum over the years, and forgive me for even asking it.
Ask.
What would it ever take for you to actually get back into a pro wrestling ring? Because as a fan, you were honestly the reason I came back to wrestling. I hadn't watched it in years, and you made it fun to watch. That whole Summer of Punk thing was just a blast to watch.
I apologize. I didn't mean to get you back into wrestling. No, I get that question a lot, and the answer changes. It's a very fluid answer. Currently, if the business was right and I had somebody that motivated me across the ring from me, I think might be able to get it done. Nobody's dangled the correct carrot.
Mm-hmm. Is there someone that you would want to work with across the ring that would just kind of the idea would excite you a little bit?
As far as people that I've worked with before, I think, if there was a clean slate, so to speak, and if the money was right, I think a guy like Daniel Bryan, I would go, oh, okay, I'll listen to your idea. If you said John Cena, I'd probably listen to your idea. Rey Mysterio, I would listen to your idea. For people I haven't ever wrestled before, I think Will Ospreay, I think I would listen to your idea.
That'd be awesome.
But like I said, there's a lot of moving parts, but I'm busy doing other stuff, and nobody, I think, has found the right combination of ways to approach me. it's not all up to me, ladies and gentlemen. It's up to the people who actually run the companies.
There was one thing that kind of went a little viral earlier. You made a couple of like little tiny run-ins masked at some indie shows.
No, that wasn't me at
all. Some guy was trying to be you. That's ridiculous.
Some guy trying to be me?
No one can. They can try, but they can't do it.
Shocking that somebody's trying to be me. Unbelievable. That doesn't happen every Monday.
So what's next for you? What for these next couple of weeks? Kind of toning in, or you got any things planned? Any shows ready to binge?
Oh geez, I'm waiting for Ozark to start back up. My wife is furiously and feverishly writing because she's hard at work. She can work from home, so I just wait for her so I can watch my programs. We love Better Call Saul. I started binging Peaky Blinders.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm in the middle of that right now. I think that's about it. I think there's a lot of horror movies I need to watch. Swallow's on my list. Come to Daddy is on my list. I was supposed to go see that last time I was in LA, but my flight got delayed and I missed it. There's more. I just can't think right now. Oh, Westworld just started back up. It's so hard to watch these shows now we're spoiled by Netflix because we get to binge stuff. Mm-hmm. So like, as soon as Ozark hits, I'm sure I'm going to watch that in like 2 days.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, this is the time to do it. I mean, might as well take advantage of the time.
Yeah.
Again, if you have not seen Girl on the Third Floor, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's available right now. So when in between binging shows, go check it out. CM Punk, I can't thank you enough for joining our show today, taking the time out of your day.
Anytime. Hopefully nobody's going to get mad at anything I said. I tried to be really diplomatic.
I'm sure.
Are you running for president? Why?
Why am I trying to? Just because I'm tired of people twisting things that I say. You know, I'm always honest to a fault. I mean, it gets me sued. You know. I just try to keep it as real as I possibly can. You know.
Well, I think you knocked it out of the park today and keeping it as honest and careful as possible. So
yes.
not a problem at all. And guys, seriously, go check it out on Netflix, Girl on the Third Floor. It is a good little horror movie. It is a lot of fun to watch. And
I'm excited to see this new project you're working on.
Well, I mean, you can watch Rabid. I'm also in that. It's a kind of a re-imaging of Cronenberg's Rabid by the Saska twins. New movie. I don't know when that's coming out. They take a while in post-production. So, go watch Rabid. Go watch Girl on the Third Floor, and be nice to each other.
Absolutely.
I love that message.
Also, I cannot wait to see what your wife is writing next. The comic Glow, and of course her book, which was so successful. Really look forward to seeing what's next for her as well.
She probably heard you, so.
Oh, well, tell her thank you. Like you're loving your writing.
We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us on the show today, man. Have a great week. Have a great couple of weeks.
Stay safe.
And stay safe.
I'm going to do my best. You guys do the same.
All
Everybody
right.
do.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, CM Punk. Thanks for joining us, Phil Brooks, CM Punk. Follow him at CM Punk on all socials. He also has a website at www.cmpunk.com.